Welcome to the Rethink Leadership podcast with me, Jeremy Blaine. I interview leaders, experts and business professionals from around the world who are bringing leadership principles and know-how into the digitally driven 21st century workplace, with focus firmly on the how-to rather than the what. Each episode is in aid of a charity chosen by my guests, and since 2020, we've made donations to over 80 global and local causes. I'm thrilled to welcome Dr. Belal Kamel to the Rethink Leadership podcast, and we pick up his extraordinary story as it took a very different direction in October 2007. Belal was in his last year of medical school when his right forearm and hand were crushed in a glass door. More than 5 tendons and muscles were injured in the accident. After the reconstructive surgery, Belal's hand was in a splint for over 4 months, and it was in this difficult time that a strange thing happened. Belal found that he was able to draw. This podcast uncovers Belal's extraordinary journey as a surgeon, medical illustrator and leader, sharing lessons learned and advice for others facing adversity in tapping into hidden talents that we might not even know exist. Belal now practices surgery again and is specialist plastic surgeon, but has global renown for his detailed medical illustrations, hand drawn from the eye of a surgeon. On a personal note, I've had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Belal, and after everything, he is one of the most wonderful human beings out there. Very humble, despite his extraordinary talents and recognition. The world needs to see and hear more of this extraordinary fellow. This episode is in aid of the IFRC, the International Federation for the Red Cross. We've made a donation as a thank you to Belal for joining us, and you can find out more at www.ifrc.org. Belal, thank you so much for joining me. Please tell us about yourself, your career, and your passions.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So this is Belal. I was born in Leeds, in England, and primary school was between Egypt and UK, and then intermediate high school was in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. Then back to Egypt in 2000. From 2000 till now, 25 years in medicine. So basically studied in medical school, finished my master's, internship, and it was mixed between surgery, insurance and business, and medical illustration, all this together. My passion, 2 things. The first one, in general, how to make the patient experience always good in the medical pathway, or through the medical technology, through the insurance, through strategic projects like this. So this is one thing. Second part, which is how to use your talent in your work or in your field. How to use the talent in your field and how to make an edge and have like a shining outcome. Yes.
Excellent. I really like that. And very much, having known you a little bit, patient first, and those hidden talents coming through and coming forward, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure those tuning in are going to be quite shocked when I ask you this question next and you go into your detail, because your journey has not only been fascinating, it is inspirational and incredible. So we all face tests in our lives.
Sure.
But you did face something extraordinary. So take us back to when you were a surgeon and what happened next.
Yeah. So to be a surgeon was my dream since I was a kid. So and then when I joined the medical school, everything was going well, and in terms of study and also the clinical practice, till last year of medical school. Then I had a big accident, which we have at that time in our home. We have big door made of glass, and there is a small crack in the door. I didn't notice, and then I just was pushing the door, and all the entire door just crashed in my forearm. You know, sometimes in the movie, you saw some people like jumping and crashing the window, and they continue running. It wasn't the case. So it was very dangerous. So the pieces of glass just cut around 7 tendons in my forearm. I'm right-handed, so it's my right forearm. And there are partial tendon injuries and a lot of bleeding. We ran to the hospital with my brothers and sisters. At that time, I was living with my brothers and sisters, and my family was in Saudi. And and they did like 4 hours, 4 to 5 hour surgery, trying to connect the tendon together. And then after the surgery, the orthopedic surgeon, he came to me and he told me we did our best to connect the tendons, and they put my hand like this in like extensor position like this, and for 9 months, around 9 months. So the cast was like this, and have to, because they want to keep the tendon at the healing part. So what they did is actually trying to keep the functionality of the hand, so I can use my hand in the future. But he told me, just to be honest with you, to use it as a surgeon or to have of anything with fine movement would be difficult. So just to have these expectations. And then in our always in our even Islamic culture and beliefs, we believe always something maybe happen for good, and we call it in Arabic like لعله خير, maybe it's something good for you. And I always believe in that, but it was difficult at that time, because during the test itself, it was my dream to be a surgeon. And then last year in medical school, خلاص يعني, so I finished 7 years study, and then I just about to graduate. And then what happened after that, that when they removed the cast, my forearm and hand was very thin because the muscle was atrophied. I didn't use it for a long time. So I started to do the physiotherapy and the treatment rehabilitation, but it was going good as to use my hand only. So that I can grab the cup of tea or something, I can write everything, but I couldn't go back to the ER or the surgery. And one of my friends, and actually he told me you can do 3 things to enhance, and then you can do just play piano more, try to do some video games, or try to do some drawing. And then I tried everything, and the outcome, alhamdulillah, I just back to use my hand again after like 1 year, and it turned my hand movement become better, unexpected way. And then I moved to plastic surgery even, because and then it turned everything's fine, alhamdulillah. But it was difficult, the 2 years challenge, and back to surgery again, and then I moved to plastic surgery.
What I find fascinating about the story is that it's the mental strength you need to go through 9 months with your hand in a cast like that, first of all, then to be told that you can't do the fine surgery that you probably did, and may never be able to do it again. But then finding these ways to practice movement through gaming, piano, drawing, whatever it is, and finding, that eventually got you through, and you could do different types of surgery. But another surprise for those listening to this is that as you were going through that convalescent period, while you knew you had sort of an artistic side to you, you developed another skill of very deep, fine artistry. So tell us a little bit about more of that journey and how that skill is now at the heart of the medical establishment in Saudi Arabia.
Yes. So when I tried this physiotherapy things, the new ways, I started to do some drawing. I didn't draw it before in my life, so only drawing, the regular drawing in school, in the college. But I find out I do good drawings. I showed it to my oldest brother; he's an artist as well. He told me they are very good. Can you try to do 1, 2, 3? And then I'm trying to do more step and just try to practice more. And I did amazing drawings. I didn't know that. It just came up from nowhere. And then started by sketches and share the drawing. Some of my friends who know for a long time during medical study that they are artists. And then they told me, give me a lot of advices. So along all the journey, alhamdulillah, I was lucky to have a lot of good friends around me, give me some advices, my parents, my brother and sisters, my friends. And then, so I started to do the drawing part. Also, it gave me a lot of what's called like inner peace, and I feel like I'm doing something special after the accident, So when I told you I went to the plastic surgery, this is one of the leading indicators. So I was a surgeon, now good hand movement and stitches and everything, and then some art. And then one of my friends, he told me, Dr. Ahmad Sabir, he told me, do you know about medical illustration, medical art field? So no, what is it? He told me, anatomy books and drawings and everything. He told me if someone can go in this field, from our department. Thank you. You have good artistic skills now with the surgery. So plastic surgery is good. I also can go to the medical illustration, medical art. So I start. No, the art was doing regular drawing, nothing medical, just horses and flowers, natural. And then I started to email some places in the state, in Canada and UK, get a lot of support from many of medical artists. I still remember, I think Joanna Coley and Tim, and they told me, come to visit us, you can do it. They were really like the idea about the surgery and medical art and everything. So I traveled there and I met them, and they told me about the medical illustration, the profession. Also, there is entity and membership you can join, and there is master degree in medical illustration and medical art. So I made multiple university, and then back everything. I'm telling this story, and everything is back to this because of this accident. You know, so it was even for myself, I didn't expect to do all these things. I am in many university, Dundee University of Dundee was one of the. I received a very nice email, very welcoming email from the University of Dundee in Scotland, and they told me you can give it a tour. And then I traveled to Dundee. I met Caroline Erlin. She's the course coordinator of the medical art, and then like the course. And then the year after, I finished. I took the master degree in medical art, which is basically was mix about using artistic way in technology and how to apply technology and 3D printing in reconstructive surgery and plastic surgery. So was, like this field was tailored in my skills. I know I like technology, medical technology. I like business also because there's part of the business inside it. And then turn on this after this master degree in University of Dundee, everything changed. So my way of doing medtech and medical technology, because the master was from School of Science of Engineering, so it's like double major, engineering and medicine. So the field of medicine, surgery, even insurance, everything was tailored because of this journey, which wasn't, I didn't plan it at all, plan this journey. But yeah, this is how it goes.
It is such an extraordinary story, and one of personal fulfillment as well, with how it made you feel and discovering this hidden talent, the inner peace that you talked about as well. And this whole linking together by the end of it, of the fact that it was your master's, it was medical art, linking to your surgery expertise, bringing in the digital world and the 3D
Yes.
printing element. So, if I may just ask you, so where is that now? How do you use that skill now, practically every day in the medical establishment in Saudi Arabia and probably globally?
Yeah. So basically, in Egypt and UK, so it's all about the surgery part. So the part of related to surgery and medical illustration, almost in Saudi Arabia, almost in Egypt and in UK. So I do the plastic surgery field, the surgeries and everything related to body contouring and reconstructive. So I took some challenging cases with my professors and colleagues, which is need artistic skills and assessment of the case, especially after massive weight loss. So this is the part of the surgery, the part of artistic and medical illustration. So I have joined till now two entity of called IMI, Institute of Medical Illustrator, and also Medical Arts Association of Great Britain. And the two entity, they are doing a lot of research about prosthesis. So the master degree and the field, which is continuing till now after that in research, to do prosthesis soft tissue, 3D printed, like nose and ears and like this. So this is the part of medical illustration. And the part in Saudi here, part related to the insurance and business and medtech field and the operation part, which is play a big role now, major role now in my life. And the part of digitalization, using technology in medicine. As I said, the passion itself, that's why I said in the beginning, the passion of how to make the patient experience good, and the three ways: medical education, medical illustration, surgery, and also insurance and business. This is how it looks like now, the three things. But I'm trying to balance, so because it's many things at the same time. It wasn't easy, and now I'm talking about it as outcome, because many years there's something also inside my head about how to deviate. Is it going to be purely surgery or purely business, pure medical education, artist and art? And I think one of the things that I learned and still learning till now, to know yourself, and also to know when you can make an edge and be also special. And I think to have the balance, because if you have multiple talent or multiple things you can do, there's something you like to do and something you can do. So how to balance between these things, it wasn't easy. Every year I'm still trying also to do balance, and to find a way to make it successful in everything, also including family for sure, and personal development.
So that balance is really important. So what you've explained there is what you've learned yourself as you've been
Yes.
through there. And Bilal, I know that many of those tune into this podcast who are leaders like you have their own challenges, whether they be mental, physical, or just sheer workload of what going through. So based on the incredible journey that you had and the challenge that you overcame, what can you what can you say to leaders tuning in who have the same kind of challenges or similar challenges going through in terms of your advice to them?
Yes. Allah, thank you. Still, as I told you, so I learned, still learning for sure. Like, but I think one of the things that maybe I use it sometimes when we have some activity with the University of Dundee alumni team, because still I'm connected with them to support students and postgraduate students and everything. The idea of all many books, podcasts about leadership and management, everything. But one of the things that I learned how to manage yourself, because it was very difficult. So sometimes people maybe jump on how to lead entity, how to lead people, how to be good manager, how to be good leader, how to manage big teams and everything. But before you go all to this step, how to manage yourself, it's very important in terms of feelings, the satisfaction, because life is difficult. It will hit you, uh, many things will happen. How do you deal with this hit is not a decision. Actually, it's based on a credit. So if you manage yourself and going to improve yourself in terms to be steady, have inner peace, there is maybe you put a strategy or you put a plan for you. But if there's something come up, how to take this one and how to change your plan in a good way, also it's something important. Because maybe sticking to a specific plan, it's good. But if something happened in your life and you know how to manage yourself and take the advantage, I think one of the good things I learned, because to be honest with you, now I'm telling this story. Even when I'm telling you, I feel myself, oh my God, I did a lot of things. Uh, One of the good things that I learned how to manage, as you said, the part of the mental part, and how to look to things in positive way, and things like you have to go good to wake up early, to be healthy, many things to work on yourself, manage yourself. Actually, it helped me a lot in this. But so one of my advice before you jump or you read about managing many things, try to manage yourself. And this is one advice. Second advice, it's also linked to this one. When I told you about the story, I said about friends support. So advice and feedback, it's really helped. The story, my journey was shaped many times based on the advice and feedback. So I said some names. I said, for example, I said you about Joanna, Caroline, David Russell. I remember these names till now: Ahmad Sabir, Muhammad Gad, Ahmad Hamdi, Muhammad Mansour. Many names in my head. Those people really shape the journey, and sometimes the advice and feedback will come to you, still of the good, but sometimes you have to seek the advice and you have to ask for it. As in business now, they always tell you you're doing good things. Try to go to your peers or to management sometimes and sit with them, tell me about myself. I'm doing good. What things I did good last year, what things I can improve. So my advice as well for everyone, seek advice. It will shortcut many years ahead. And sometimes when you are in the middle of a challenge, you think you know yourself 100%, but sometimes there's a lot of things you cannot see. And others, especially loyal and good friends who are really honest, and they are not masking or beautify the facts. So they tell you, you are good, you are bad, there is something you have to improve yourself. So you can take this advice and just listen well. It's really, it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot. And I'm still learning till now, as I said as well. Yes.
Such great advice. I've made a note of a few things here that you were talking about, just as a summary for those listening as well. Managing self, improving self to find that inner peace so that you can then look forward a little bit more positively. Being very open to change because you don't know what's around the next corner.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah. Expect the unexpected. And for what you did is look how you can take advantage from adversity. It's a difficult thing to do, but your story is very inspirational of somebody who has actually done it, and reframe your journey forward in the positive, as you were kind of talking about there, while getting people around you who will be open, honest, help you, provide advice, be very open with feedback, and that will shorten your own journey.
That's
Fair enough?
amazing. Yeah. Yeah, amazing.
So when I met you, Belal, I said, "Wow, your story sounds just like Marvel's Doctor Strange, the surgeon who lost the use of his hands and then found magic to do with what he could." And you're an even better example. You're the greater Doctor Strange in many ways from that. You found something else and you create magic on the paper and on the digital in digital artwork as well with your medical illustrations. I am absolutely sure many people who are tuning in here will want to connect with you on LinkedIn or elsewhere and get in touch and continue the conversation. How do they do that?
Yeah, sure. So through LinkedIn is fine. You can text me and I will reply. Also through the University of Dundee because I'm alumni ambassador. So there is email and they can just email them and the alumni team, and I can for sure I can discuss whatever I can help with. I'll be always there, inshallah, to support.
Fantastic.
Sure.
Well, I am so thankful to you for joining me. Your story is extraordinary. And not only that, it's you as a person are extraordinary for the grace and humility that you're telling this incredible journey that you've been on. And I've seen your artworks and I've seen what you've done. And if I only had 1% of that talent, I'd be great.
That's right.
But
You
yeah,
have a lot
but
of talent.
alas, I don't. So, Belal, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in to the Rethink Leadership podcast with me, Jeremy Blaine. Please like, comment, and support us on your favourite platform and subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can watch as well as listen to each episode.